Okay, we're ended up adding on a few more minutes here. We'll probably edit some of this down. We now, looking at it, you see something's wrong. We could have seen that beforehand. These holes are not in the right spot. When I looked at the dimension, I was thinking it was dimension 0.5 from the kink point on the top of the piece, but actually it's 0.5 from the lines that were the established by the center of the circle. So I'm going to introduce you here to a snap called the center snap by going a line here, shift right click the center of here, and then I'm also going to see, you see how it's highlighting and going in that direction, ortho. The ortho snap is on, so I'm just going to arbitrarily draft a line down here, space bar, and now I can go O for offset, 0.5, and move that over. Now, these were in the right up and down position, so I can show you how to use a move command and use something called a perpendicular snap. Realistically, you probably want to draft this again, but I want to show you something unique here in the way AutoCAD works versus Inventor. Because I took these and then mirrored them, over here on that right side, what I do on the left will not occur on the right side. If you had done it a particular way in AutoCAD in terms of seeing a repeating shape or an inventor, it would actually mirror both sides, because there's the base piece that we really drafted here is the left piece. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to left click, I'm going to right left click again in the center, space, I'm going to move, and what I'm going to do is here I'm just going to say shift right click perpendicular to that point there, and it moved them to the right spot. Right? So we'll take a look at what we did there, but I just want to finish this piece out. We have here, now we want to mirror not the whole thing, but just these two pieces over. You remember you said left click. Now, in this case, if we left click and go to mirror, we have to change my base point. B for base point. My new base point is from the end point here, and then I've got the ortho on, so it finds that nice little drop. I'm just clicking, left clicking down here, and I forgot to do copy. So again, I can hit an escape bar and say for undo, I'll try it again. Left click on a particular thing, space, mirror, base, I'm going to say C for copy first, and then B for base point, the base point being the end point there, and the end point there, and hit an escape key at this point, escape, and we have the piece actually drafted. Now that was 23 minutes. I will do it again in real time, realizing that the next time, except for the fact that I just didn't do it right again, the next time I'll just do it in real time with no comment. So let me finally finish this out so I can get it right. I would left click, spacebar, mirror is, I want to change C for copy, B for base point. That's because my base point is not on the individual piece, endpoint to endpoint. Let's hit a return and escape out, and we have those pieces there. So we're pretty much, I'm going to clean it out by left clicking and everything here. One thing I do want to point out that in reality is a couple other issues we'll talk about later here, and that is that these are two lines, and in fact it would be much more sense for us to make it one line, and so we could redraft, or we can put these together with a command. And the same thing here, these are two pieces of a circle, it's really one circle, so it'd be a great idea to put that back together. We won't cover that visually, it looks right. Escape, Z space, E space, and you see that you've done the steps that you're supposed to do. So let's fill up the last 10 minutes and remember the last 5 minutes and think about what we did. We established our environment correctly. We drafted a box that was larger than the piece we're going to draft, and soon you'll see you'll want to draft that box at a particular size. We established strong baselines in our head and on the sheet. One of the baselines was the line along the bottom. Then in all reality, it was actually the line along the top. It's where things are dimensioned off of. We established those baselines. We then did a lot of offsets and fillets. A lot of offsets and fillets. We remember that if we wanted to change the layer of anything or any property, we left clicked on it and we right clicked off in the black space and came down to properties. We remember that most of our commands should be on the right click on the mouse, and that our object snaps are shift right click. We drafted, for the most part, with most of these toggles here along the bottom off, right? We used a lot of fillet radius 0 in this one. You'll see fillet radius other things. We used a fair bit of, if we wanted to make a change to something, we highlighted it, left clicked on it, and then did a spacebar through all the potential grip snap commands. Only the circle is the only thing we had to do by going up to the ribbon here. We will be using the ribbon, but I want to point you to the fact that the ribbon is going to be used by a lot of other programs that operate on top of AutoCAD. And one thing we didn't do, what we did not do correct, was immediately doing a file save as soon as we got into the drawing. So I'll do that here. You don't just want to do file save, you want to do file save as. So you click here, save as, and it comes to something like that. Know where you're putting it, and I'm going to call this prob 41. Thanks for listening. We'll produce these videos and see what they look like without any kind of post-processing whatsoever. I'm just going to take the AVI files and dump them out to YouTube, and then allow you to start annotating them. Thanks for listening.